This is RPG Fish. It's a spin on the regular Go Fish game with a couple of counter cards thrown in. The game begins with a player asking any other player of their choice for a specific card of their choice. The goal is to ask for a card to pair with an identical card in your hand in order to lay it down for scoring later. You may ask one question per turn, then the turn goes to the next player to your left. Whoever is left of the dealer goes first. Each player is dealt 5 cards to start, 7 if it's a 2-player game. All remaining cards are put face down in a pile in the center of the playing table. Any pairs already in all players' starting hand are laid down in front of them, and then the questioning can begin. If at any time someone doesn't have any cards in their hand, they may pick up one card their next turn and ask one question as usual. And at the start of every turn, that player must pick up one card at the beginning. So for example, player 1 has a counter card, a Knight's Towering Broadsword, an Elf's Spirit Longbow, another counter card, and a Goblin's Spiked Club. They're going to ask the other player if they have one so they can pair it. So this player would look at their hand, and they do not have a Goblin Spiked Club. So they would tell that person, no, I don't have it. And then this player who said no gets to pick up a card. So they do so. Now this person's turn, they decide to use a card at the beginning, which is Pickpocket. This card allows them to pick up 2 cards from the center of the pool for free. So they will do so. And when they play the Pickpocket card, it goes to a discard pile on the side. They will pick up 2 cards and put it in there. Oh, and it looks like this person, since they haven't asked a question yet, they have a pair, so they can put one of those pairs down in front of them, face down. Now this person is going to ask the other person if they have an Elf Spirit Longbow. So this player will say, yes, in fact, I do have a Spirit Longbow. So they just give it to the other person, and that person successfully is able to take that pair and put it face down, and the next turn begins. And it keeps repeating back and forth. So at the end of the game, each player tallies up their score by first counting how many individually matched piles they have. If someone has all 4 of a single card, they add an additional point. For example, if this player has 4 Knight's Towering Broadswords, it'll count as 5. Whereas if this person has 2 separate pairs, it will count as 2 each, which will only be 4. Add each player's numbers up for the final scores. The player with the highest score wins.